What is good, Donut Nation? I hope you guys are having a great day. Today we're watching a video titled, I beat hardcore Minecraft at 1,000 times speed at half a heart. I don't know if you guys have ever seen anyone play Minecraft at 1,000 times speed, but it is basically impossible to beat the game. And then the fact that it's hardcore and half a heart makes it even crazier. I don't even understand how this video exists. Ferrex recommended to me that I watch this. He apparently watched the whole thing while scrolling on TikTok in bed. Let's get into it.
Beating Minecraft at 1,000 times speed shouldn't take that long, I feel like. I mean, really, how hard could it be? Holy, I didn't even touch the ground.
Look at that,
bro.
look at that. Look, he spawns in, jumps off a tree, and it turned to night and a creeper spawned in and killed him. That's how fast the Minecraft game is. It's impossible.
I didn't even get to touch the... I don't think I need to explain why this is so difficult. Let me just show you why this challenge is stupidly absurd. And that wasn't with me being on half a heart, which is the other half of this challenge.
Yo,
Unlike
this
most
is
YouTubers who
impossible.
do this on either easy or with keep inventory or with both, mine is in hardcore on half a heart without anyone else. However, it wasn't always on half a heart, as in my first run ever, it was just a standard hardcore world. It started in what I can only describe as the best biome in this challenge, a mega taiga. It's just because of these enormous trees that are able to shield you from literally everything in the outside world and essentially protect you from any form of damage. The big one being phantoms, since they spawn by the 30-second mark. While I mine this tree, you're probably wondering a couple of things. One, how did you enter this command so fast? Well, I'm using a macro that I downloaded off a guy on Reddit that definitely hasn't given me a virus yet. And two, why aren't you half a heart? I mean, that's kind of the whole selling point of this challenge, so I understand why you'd be curious. I mean, this seed would have ended in the first 5 seconds if I made it half heart, but that's beside the point here. The reason this challenge became half a heart was because I, in my first ever attempt, mind you, within 20 minutes was able to get all the wood I needed for the rest of the run, get underground successfully without dying, find coal, iron, and copper.
So 1,000 times speed was just too easy for me. He had to make it even harder. I feel like making it half a heart just makes it kind of impossible, though. I don't know how he's going to be able to do
full
this.
tools, a water stream which was crazy lucky because it was really close to
What
a
did he just
hidden
take
part of
damage
a
from?
cave where no mobs were going to spawn. Then further dig down into gold, which meant no aggro from piglins as long as I smelted it and crafted it into a piece of armor. But no time to worry about that, as now lava pops are in my subtitles, and this is a funny time to mention that lava moves fast in this challenge when the game moves this quickly, and it can be scary.
Oh
Although there's
my
no time to dwell on that
gosh.
right now, or the fact that my impatience has resulted in me forgetting to craft gold armor, which surely isn't going to be the downfall of this run, because it's time to enter the nether and... Yo, are we dead serious? This is some cartoonishly stupid type of spawn. I don't think I could have gotten a worse spawn in this first one. And it gets worse, because do you guys remember that impatience? Yeah, the piglin sure does. And after giving it a path to kill me, this run ends as a pretty quick 20 minutes. I'd say my reaction of, oh, it's unfortunate, to this run sums it up. But it really doesn't. I mean, I got to the nether on my first run. That is way too easy. If only there was some way
Also,
I could
is this
make
guy
this
some sort of pro? Has he done challenges like this in the past? Do you
challenge
guys
more
know him?
difficult. So I made it a little bit more difficult.
Wait, what's his name? Hold on, I want to remember his name. That fat goose. Okay.
And
Do
by
you
a
guys
little
know
bit
that
more
fat
difficult,
goose?
I mean, I'm on half a heart now, which means it's going to be a long challenge.
Yo!
This slight change of making myself half a heart surely won't result in me being unable to enter the nether for the next week of my life. No, that would be crazy. Quick interruption. This is the part
He's
of the
the
video
goat?
where I tell you to
W.
subscribe. You got like
Yes, everybody subscribe to that fat goose. Is that his name? Yeah, everybody subscribe to that fat goose.
12 people left before we hit 200k, so if you just want to press that subscribe button real quick, we just need such a small push to get there. I'm thinking if you subscribe, we can probably get this by like the end of the week. Now, you might be thinking that just because I decreased my health in this challenge doesn't mean it's going to be harder. And to simply put it,
It's gonna
no,
be-
you're wrong. I got so incredibly lucky with that first seed, and let me just show you how. Run 3 saw me spawning in another tree, which once again would be
Don't
lucky,
call him a fat goose. What is wrong with you? That's his name.
but I need to spawn on the ground for the rest of my runs. I'll explain that later, though. What I can't explain at all is this. Holy, I didn't even touch the ground, bro. I didn't even get to touch the ground. Every single action not taken by the player in this challenge is so incredibly fast that it is impossible to react to, resulting in this challenge being as much strategy as it is skill. Once I make my decision, I can't really go back. Anyways, back to unanswered questions. Run 5 is why I need to spawn on the ground for the rest of my runs, because I need a single seed to get infinite food. Since all crops grow instantly, one seed will turn it into an infinite supply of bread. Without the
good.
seed, I have no food to survive off of. But speaking Speaking of things I'm gonna have to learn to plan around, phantoms. That's right, in that first run where I got the lucky tree, I wasn't even thinking about phantoms. I just got lucky and nothing bad happened. But phantoms are a huge issue, as even if I'm in the trees, once night 3 hits, if I'm not under cover for the rest of the run, I'm dead. Run 10 introduces us to the second best biome in this game, the large oak tree. It's the only other tree in the game that I can get that will provide me ample cover while
like I feel like the only thing you can do is dig down underground, like chop down a tree. It has to be a tree where you can cover yourself up and be underground for the rest of the challenge. I don't know how he's gonna be able to do the nether or the end. How is he gonna kill the dragon? Yeah, he's cooked. The dragon's just gonna shoot fireballs at him and he's dead. I don't understand how he can do this. This guy must be some sort of genius. I don't get it.
Wood. After getting enough wood, I managed to safely get underground for the second time this challenge and started mining. Now, Run 10 doesn't just introduce us to the second best biome, as it also introduces us to the jump scare that is every single liquid in this game. Run 11 is where I started to adapt
instant drowning too?
a bit more to these mediocre biomes, as I wasn't going to be lucky enough to get a mega taiga every single time. The trick with the biomes with less wood was to get a sapling that would allow me to grow a tree underground. Now, did this mean I had to memorize the growth requirements for every single type of sapling? Yes. Did I do that? Possibly. And did it work? Yes. Now that I had an infinite source of wood,
I could do this, no cap. I low-key might try it after this.
This run was starting to go a lot smoother. I was able to dig down and explore the depths more, getting more dirt for growing wheat and coal for smelting. The only issue was that there was still no iron for a bucket to actually grow these crops. This changed when I mined into a deep slate cave. This is something that normally would be bad, but since this is a deep dark, a biome where mobs
Why is he placing torches if he has full brightness on? Can we go back and anyone notice that?
Slate cave.
So this is the best pro Minecraft ever, and this is what he does.
Normally would
What is that torch doing, bro?
Be bad, but since this is a deep dark, a biome where mobs can't spawn meant I could cave for iron, which was exposed.
Ferric said it took him weeks, bro. Who do you think you are? I said I might try it, not that I could easily beat it.
Everywhere in these walls. Now, I still was very careful for them.
Oh, to prevent mob spawns. Oh wait, I'm the idiot, not him. It's to prevent mobs from spawning on his platform. Wow.
Most part and got a good amount, with only one vein left sitting just outside the deep dark biome. And, go. Oh, you brick. Minecraft professional here, by the way. A couple failed runs later due to bad spawns or something stupid I did, and we get to our next interesting run. Run 13. Now, this one is really nothing special in the beginning, except for the fact that I somehow lived an entire day without getting into a tree. I don't know how I didn't die, but we take those. I got the wood and managed to get down safely, getting lucky with an early iron vein and continuing to dig straight down until I found
Yeah, why is that there?
Now, normally I would ignore this, but I had no coal and 3 nice iron just waiting to be smelted. And so with impatience taking the wheel, I boated down and somehow survived. Huh, not bad. Maybe impatience should take the wheel.
Oh!
Never mind. Now, I can't lie, I don't get any good runs here for a while. Most of the time they end before I can even get underground, and you can chalk that up to bad seeds and getting unlucky. But for the ones that do get underground, I die of fall damage because I break the #1 rule of Minecraft and dig straight down because I am impatient and refuse to learn. Wait, does that say shot by a Where in this sequence did a skeleton shoot me? What? Luckily for me, most of the time, mobs aren't really a jump scare because it's really difficult to get jump scared when you die before your brain can even process it occurred. Well, at least most of the time. From where?
No, how?
From where?
He hasn't even gotten armor. Wait, does he even need armor? He hasn't gotten, like, to the nether. There's no way.
Now, something I really haven't touched on yet is how the game starts breaking at the seams when it goes this fast. I mean, sure, there are definitely some things that aren't vanilla, like cave spiders sounding like bacon sizzling, but Run 34 was an introduction to a more annoying issue. To start out with, I got a seed, the second best tree, and I managed to dig down. Once I dig underground, I found a big iron vein by digging straight down.
Why is he still digging straight down?
Punished. Now, even though I had a good amount of iron, I had 0 coal, and I didn't want to waste the very little wood I had smelting, so I instead dug around hunting for coal at Y18. Very well-known fact here, coal spawns very rarely at Y18, especially in comparison to literally any other Y level above it. So essentially, after wasting my time for 20 minutes, I heard a lava pool which would effectively have the same outcome, as I could sacrifice some wood to get a bucket and then smelt my iron.
Yo, who else thinks smelting should not take as long as it does? Like, sometimes I'm smelting stuff and I'm like, dang, this is taking forever. What am I doing sitting here?
I mentioned breaking at the seams. Yeah, this is what I mean. How? I'm sure you don't know what happened here, and neither did I until I did some testing. No way. Essentially, because your player is moving so slow in relation to the game, when you exit crawl mode like this, your hitbox just gets clipped in the ceiling for way too much time, and so the game has no choice but to suffocate you, effectively making the crawl mode of transport a lot more dangerous if I don't pay attention.
What the heck?
Too bad I'm broke, so it happened 2 more times. Also, remember when I showed those 2 times where I went into a cave and survived? Yeah, those are the exception, not the norm. Okay, I think we're safe. Now, when I do these challenges, I tend to keep a journal of everything that happens, and this can vary from me just saying I hate half a heart so much, bro, to an actual summary of a run. But for this run, it just says Wordle sucked WTF 5-17-26. Also, no. And hold on, let me... Yeah, no, this one did suck. Although some of the runs did have actual substance to them, most of them were just summarized in the journal as no. Yeah, that sums up most of these runs. And even though so many of these runs went nowhere, I was slowly starting to adapt to this challenge, getting closer and closer to a successful run, with run 58 being the furthest thus far. It started in a forest biome where I got the seed and barely got into a tree in time. After getting a bit of wood, which wasn't much, but it was still enough to craft the tools I needed along with a sapling for infinite trees underground, I then performed a pretty impatient move to dig underground, running down a tree and into the open where there was a high chance I could die. Luckily, I wasn't punished at all and I was able to safely get underground, shortly thereafter finding some iron for a better pickaxe.
Yo, why is he risking fall damage like that? He's jumping from high distances, and he's digging straight down. Look at this, he's digging straight down.
And digging out a box for me to grow my sapling in. And then I started to mine a staircase down to get coal. But unlike my last run, I feel like
half of the deaths are from him, like, digging straight down or trying to play too fast. You should slow down.
Mistake and actually looked up an ore distribution chart for coal, choosing to go to Y45 instead of Y18. Too bad, even though I went higher up, coal still wasn't spawning for some reason. I finally got some after a lot of digging and headed back to the base where I was able to craft some torches and smelt my iron. After this, it was pretty smooth sailing. I continued to build a staircase down to bedrock while mining trees every once in a while. The only real issue was food, which was shortly solved when I dug into a cave that had a water stream that was easily accessible. This meant that I had now infinite food, infinite water, infinite wood, and as many tools as I needed, finally taking me out of the early game. And for the first
why is mining at regular speed? That kind of sucks. I feel like that should be sped up too.
Time ever into the mid game. Now, if my last challenge was testing my consistency, this one is
or I guess nothing, like the running speed isn't sped up either. Like nothing about the player is sped up. Just the server.
Patience, because the next hour of this challenge is devoted to nothing but farming, digging down, farming, digging down, farming, strip mining for diamonds, finding a lava pool, strip mining more, and finally heading back to base camp to, yeah, that's right, you guessed it, farm some more. And then guess what? Guess what I did after that? I went mining. This time it was for iron for hoppers and gold for a helmet, things I got decently quickly. Now, you might be curious what I need hoppers for, and I will get back to that later, because after sorting my inventory of everything I need, it was finally time to go back to that lava pool and enter the nether. Also, shout out Widescreen and F3A, the actual goats of this challenge. This was the only reason I could see anything besides 2 blocks in front of me in this challenge, and it was a huge help. After mining around the lava pool for a bit more, I was finally standing in front of it. And with no mobs nearby, a trapdoor protecting me, this was going to be a safe and smooth protecting me. This was going to be a safe and smooth... What? How? Fun fact, wood things burn. The only consolidation was that this nether sucked. Now, you're probably wondering why it's awful, and don't worry, I'll get to that later. Along with the hoppers, they're connected.
Bro, I would have given up way earlier. I don't know how he can do this.
After a death like this is where most YouTubers either give up or just start cheating in this challenge to win and get on with their day. I mean, at this point, I've wasted hours of my life just trying to get to the nether.
The thing is, cheating just makes the video not entertaining. Like, cheating just makes videos suck.
But I'm not like most YouTubers, as I have nothing else to do with my life. Which meant it was time to get back into grinding runs and died 28 more times with another good run that resulted in my death because of a 4-block fall. Awesome. But then finally, it happened. I got the run. Or so I thought. Run 86 started in the undisputed best biome, the Mega Taiga. But this time, I'd experienced to understand why this tree was so incredible. I got a seed almost instantly and boxed myself up mining wood for the next couple of minutes. I mined a lot more wood than I actually needed, mainly because if I couldn't find any coal and had to smelt wood into charcoal to grow trees while underground, I would be able to do so with this amount of wood without having to worry about running out. Luckily though, after getting underground, I mined into a cave spotting some coal ore and quickly got that vein.
Who here is watching this thinking that they could actually do it? I'm curious. Do you guys think you're as good as this guy or no?
Along with a couple others before mining down even further, finding iron. With water dripping in my subtitles nearby, it meant I was going to have to hunt for some water to fill up my bucket and be able to get infinite food. Sadly, I was in a dripstone cave, making it much more risky to find water. And after mining around it and nearly blocking the water off, I got the bucket filled and was able to mine out a rudimentary cube.
How will he kill a dragon? I'm trying to think of it now. What would he even do if he wanted to kill an ender dragon? I don't know. He could dig underground straight away and then dig up to the dragon and shoot arrows at it. How's he gonna break the crystals? Yo, I have no idea how I was gonna do that. That's gonna take forever.
To grow my tree along with 2 staircases, one up for iron and one down for diamonds. After digging around acquiring some more iron, I ran into a dirt patch allowing me to set up my wheat farm. Then I just strip mined for nearly an hour, going through almost 3 full iron picks to get a stack of iron and 10 gold. More than enough for this next portion of the run, officially taking me out of the
bow and arrow, bro?
After getting full iron tools,
It's not that easy though, I don't
challenge
think.
like this, I started mining my staircase down to find diamonds. I ended up running into an exposed cave, but luckily I had a solution for this, placing gravel to cover myself up without having to worry about exposing myself and possibly dying to mobs down there. This plan works really well, unless there happens to be a conveniently placed dripstone that breaks all gravel when placed on top of it. This issue did end up resulting in me spotting my first diamond and doing something very impatient and risky to get it. After a bit more staring down at diamond level, I did a very short mining trip as I almost instantly found lava and shortly thereafter found 6 diamonds, which, fun fact, is more than all the diamonds I'm going to need for the rest of this run. Crazy, I know, but with no need for armor or tools except for a pickaxe, all other diamonds besides 3 for the pickaxe and 2 for the enchanting table are just entirely
Why does he need an
cosmetic.
enchanting
But with an
table?
inventory full of gear, a diamond pickaxe, and the hoppers, it was finally
does he need
time
hoppers?
to
I
head
wanna
back to
know
that
that
lava
too.
pool while not using any trapdoors because I learned from my mistake. And for the first time in this challenge, enter the Nether. Okay, so you're probably wondering how I actually beat the Nether in this challenge. So let's start with a few things I can and can't do. Can hide in a wall and do nothing in a Crimson Forest. Can't run around in the open in a Crimson Forest. Can hide in a wall in another waste biome. Can't run around in the open in another waste biome. Can hide in a wall in a Soul Sand Valley. Can't run around in the open in a Soul Sand Valley. Can run around in the open in a warped fort. Wait, hold on. Yeah, so you're probably wondering how
Oh wait, so the only biome he can run around in is what? None. Is that none of them?
I get pearls and blaze rods in the Nether. So let's start with what is debatably the easier of the two, although it requires a bit more luck. Ender pearls. Ender pearls are obtained 3 ways in Java: through killing endermen, trading with pigs, and trading with villagers. The third option doesn't work because, well, yeah. The second option doesn't work because, well, yeah, which leaves us with only one option: Enderman. Now, fun fact here, but Endermen are the only mob that can spawn in a warped forest. So all I really need to do is just farm them for a while and be careful. But I need to get to a warped forest first. So here's my plan: spawn in a warped forest. Yeah, I'm not kidding. But the plan isn't over yet. I still need to go up because
Dang,
lava is
so, okay,
dangerous.
so he got super lucky by spawning here.
And it has a tiny chance of spawning a ghast. I mine up using iron bars to protect myself from lava without getting set on fire. Once I get to a high point, through sheer
Wow.
luck mind you, I find an openish spot and clear an area around it while making a box I can hide in. This is where I plan to kill all endermen. I also place down 4 hoppers with a boat on top so that when I kill endermen, their pearls don't despawn instantly and instead get funneled into a
Oh.
hopper that I can grab safely inside of the box. And now that all this is
And
done,
he, by the way, that's crazy that he thought about this before he even went to go kill the Enderman. Like he thought about the hopper thing like early on.
I just need to
I
wait.
think, right? Or no, maybe this was only during this run. That's good though. I mean, I guess he's been playing this for so long. Like each one of these runs takes probably 10 minutes, 20 minutes, no, longer, maybe an hour each. And he's done so many runs. Of course, he's probably had so much time to just think in silence, just playing this challenge.
For a very long time. All I can really do is hope to try and catch what I can only describe as Dragon Ball characters. But finally, after so much time, I was ready to leave with nearly 2 stacks of pearls. This is
Fire.
mainly because I'm going to be throwing a bunch of eyes underground and would rather just get a ton than have to go back to the Nether. Now, is this overkill? Oh, totally. I'm going to need like 16 tops. But is this possibly going to save the run if I mess up? Yes. So now with all my pearls, what's next? Well, blaze rods obviously, but how? Well, simple. I dig up to Y22, which is where lava pockets cannot spawn, so I don't have to worry about being as careful. Then I use my pie chart to
does he know
determine
that?
which direction the fortress is in using something called PyDar. If you're curious about how it works, I explain it in my speedrunning video. Now, there is a chance I just PyDar to a treasure bastion because it doesn't tell me which type of mob spawner it is, but there's no point worrying about that since I can't prevent it. So all that I have to do now is bind my move forward key to M and my left click to space and use my authentic President Joe Biden bobblehead bought from a pop-up souvenir shop in Washington, D.C. in 2022 that is propped up by a gold Nike wood car I made in 2016 to move forward and mine simultaneously to get to the fortress. This is a real thing I did. Clearly some professional YouTuber stuff right here. The good news is, while I was
Okay.
mining, I was able to do things with my time, like go outside, and by go outside, I mean watch Bluest Pikmin in my chair. Shout out my goat Bluest Pikmin. But after finally paying attention, I again realized that I definitely overshot the spawner and was forced to then crawl back and remeasure the mob spawner, which pointed a different direction now. I cannot describe how tedious this was. It was really just me crawling back and forth slowly, triangulating exactly where this fortress spawner was. And I knew this was a fortress spawner because I kept getting 2 different readings, which made the math even more difficult. But finally, after so much digging, I got to the area where I was guessing the spawner was and started digging down. And then, oh, That spawner, that spawner.
Oh,
This was huge. Now, was this effectively a needle in a haystack moment? Yes, totally. Did I miss 4 other times until I finally got lucky and got this dig? Also yes, but with F3A, I was able to figure out the spawner's
He's
location.
dead. Bro, if he dies here, he just wasted so much time. This is insane. How many tries is it gonna have to take?
And get close to it, and finally, right below it. Now, you might be curious as to how I'm going to get blaze rods, because realistically, any raged mom is a death sentence. Well, this is where the Minecraft wiki helps us. Blaze's pathfinding states that if they aren't hostile, they're just going to randomly run around, and if there's no blocks above them, they will slowly float down. The only time they will ever shoot is if they are in direct line of sight of you. So all I need to do is go below the spawner, create a hole in front of the spawner, and wait as blazes slowly pathfind over to the hole and fall down. And since the only line of sight is this tiny gap in the stair next to the hopper to pick up the rods, they cannot see me nor shoot me, essentially never being hostile. Now, for
I
any
wonder-
other type of run, this would be stupid,
I wonder if he thought that he was gonna beat the game on this run. There's no way he does, right?
as it would take hours for blazes to pathfind and actually fall down. But since the game is running at 1,000 times speed, all it took was a couple saves and quits to reset the spawner and 10 minutes of my time to get 16 blaze rods and a
10
total
minutes.
of 31 eyes of ender. And
Oh
just
my
like
gosh.
that, everything has been acquired to enter the end. And all that's left is to crawl all the way back AFK while watching Toonari. The perfect planning I had for the Nether paid off. I had planned for any eventuality and adapted to anything the Nether could throw at me, with the sole exception of whatever this is. Yeah, so remember all that waiting while farming Enderman? Yeah, apparently a bunch of Endermen just decided to pathfind into my portal and get stuck there. Luckily, since I'm 2 blocks tall, I can just jump.
Yo, I'm full boxed. What is this?
Yeah, that's right. There was no way out. I couldn't mine as I was going to hit an Enderman going at this speed, and I couldn't place a water bucket as I was just going to drown as well. And at this speed,
wait.
there was a chance
Oh,
Entity
I thought he died. This is just like footage.
cramming could occur
That
and
he-
I
that
could
he
just
recorded
die.
after.
So what was my plan? Well, log out. Logging out resets all mobs pathfinding effectively, forcing them onto one spot of the block, or at least I think so. This solves the Enderman problem nearly entirely, as long as I don't jostle them, I might be able to mine out.
Hold on, this could work. Oh,
What?
Oh.
I don't think I've ever seen anything close
Wow.
to this level of scuffed in Minecraft before. The
Why are you
best
surprised? 'Cause I thought he showed footage of him dying in the Nether portal, and I thought he just died.
part is, when I went back, they had already boxed themselves in again. And just like
What?
that, it's time to
Oh,
find
the Endermen box themselves in. Oh my gosh.
the stronghold. It's a bittersweet goodbye, as this is the base that has kept me alive the entire run.
bro, screw this base. I'm so glad I'm leaving.
And now it's time to find the stronghold.
Bro,
All
he's gonna die. He spent so long. He's definitely gonna
I
die.
need to do is throw an eye. Yeah, it's invisible. The game runs so quickly that it doesn't even render the eye. Even going frame by frame in my recording, it just doesn't show up. Luckily, there is a solution: subtitles. Even though the game is at 1,000 times speed, the audio isn't. So I went back in my flashback recording and watched the subtitles as the subtitles told me where to go. So it was time to start digging.
That's kinda
And unlike the
crazy.
Nether, where there is no lava, no caves, and no gravel to worry about, the overworld has all of those things. And if I space out for even a second, I could die to one of these eventualities. This means that I have to mine for 2,000 blocks. Hopefully,
Why didn't he render the $400 donation? Guys, I think that was over a week from now. I mean, that was like over a week ago. Why are you guys still bringing that up? And just letting you guys know, I acknowledged the $400 donation. Like, I read it and I said, thank you so much. It's really nice. I don't understand why this is still a thing, like over a week later.
not passing the stronghold and not dying to anything completely locked in, which I cannot lie really sucked. Thank goodness I had friends to hop in calls with, because no amount of YouTube was going to keep me locked in enough to dig this much. I'm not going to focus on this part too much because, well, this isn't the most gripping YouTube content.
But isn't he gonna die if he keeps doing this? Like, water's gonna eventually flow into where he is, or lava. And his pickaxe is about to break. Uh-oh.
But once I got to 1,837, I stopped mining, threw another eye, and it went the other direction. Now, you might be confused why I stopped at these specific coordinates. Is this the most likely place for a stronghold to spawn? Maybe I used some audio triangulation to figure out. I booted up a different world in an entirely different version of the game, threw an eye, and the calculator said that it was about there, so I dug to 1,837. Scientific, I know. After a bunch more digging, I had a relative estimate of where the stronghold could be. And luckily, on my first try, I got this. Wait, oh my gosh.
That's actually it.
Really lucky, I know. And thanks to widescreen, finding the portal was really...
Okay, I don't really understand how he just found that, but that's cheating. Nah, that's cheating. So he loaded a new world with the same seed? Is that what he did? I guess that's kind of cheating if that is what he did, but I mean, come on. I mean, that's not that big of a deal. Oh, no, he didn't do that. Okay, then I don't get it, bro. He did it in a different world. Oh, he just... Okay, so, all he did was just calculate where the Eye of Ender... Yeah, bro, that's not cheating at all. All he did was calculate, like, the angle where the Eye of Ender went. That's not cheating at all.
easy, and also really bugged as an OBS failed. Now what you're about to see is Minecraft's scariest mob for this challenge. A one-hit mob that can go in 1x1 spaces and can truly
Silverfish.
be anywhere. The silverfish. They're ridiculously fast in this challenge, and if you happen to come across one, within seconds, every block they touch becomes infested. This is exactly what happened in my scenario. Luckily, after
How
some
has he not
sneaky
died
lava, I was
yet?
able to break the spawner and light the portal, officially starting the ending.
Yo, all this, and he's definitely gonna die in the end. Oh, this is no way he beats it here.
Now, you might be curious as to how I'm going to beat the game, and I don't blame you, so let's start by addressing the elephant in the room. Yeah, there's a 50% chance off rip that the end platform is exposed and I instantly die to the dragon. There is no counterplay, there is no avoiding it,
50%
and there is
chance.
no surviving. Throughout all of my
Wow.
testing, I was never able to survive once. I was resigned to the idea that I just had to enter the portal and pray it was within the island. But that's not the only issue, because how on earth do I kill this? This is why I think no other YouTuber has tried to beat the game at this speed in hardcore, especially at half a heart. It just isn't survivable. Every type of counterplay that has been developed to kill the dragon doesn't work at this speed. That's the entire issue with this challenge. No one knows how to kill the dragon.
I know how to do it. I know how to do it. He should spawn underground, 50-50 chance, dig under where the obsidian pillars are, break obsidian going all the way up to the crystal, tunnel through the obsidian, up each tower, somehow break the crystals without taking damage, and yeah, that's all he has to do, bro. Shoot an arrow from really far. He's gonna be super low down. He's gonna shoot an arrow all the way up to the top where the crystal is, and it's gonna blow it up. And he can do that for each one. And then all he has to do is be underground while shooting with a bow and arrow the dragon, because the fireballs are not gonna like reach fully underground. Boom. Yeah, that's got to be what he does, right?
No one, with the sole exception of me, of course. What you have to realize off the bat is that if the dragon sees you, you die. But this line of sight the dragon has covers nearly the entire end island with a lot of height above it to boot. Any line of sight you have to either shoot the dragon or destroy the crystals won't work. The game is just too fast.
Underground.
But what if we use that to our advantage? If everything in the game is running at the same speed, that means pistons are super fast, and observers are, and slime would be working at that speed as well. Oh, I think I see the plan now. But that's only part of it, and to understand it all, we have to go back to the challenge. Now that the portal is lit, I need to start prepping for the end, so the first thing I do is mine out a chunk to set up my new base camp, because
Wait, he's gonna build a flying machine to fly really far away, and then he's gonna fly with an elytra really high in the sky, and shoot the end crystals from the sky. But how's he gonna get fireworks? He's gonna die, bro. There's no way.
I'm going to be doing a lot of work here. Then I find the libraries to get bookshelves to enchant. This is because I can't kill the dragon in any way other than shooting her, and a bow would be the best to do that. I get obsidian from the portal room, create my table, and set up the rest of the base soon after. Then I just started digging out the mob farm, as I needed both the bow and arrows along with XP to enchant. And after over an hour of setup and some time farming, this is what I got. Yeah, so apparently mob farms suck at 1,000 times speed when they're underground. I think it's because the mob cap instantly fills up, so they just can't spawn, but I don't know. Now, this presented an issue. I could either A, keep doing the mob farm and take a bunch of time. Oh, hey, is that a spawner? I mean, the only spawner I really want is a skeleton spawner, but that's gotta be... Oh my gosh, I'm actually just that lucky. This is the run. This has to be. After slowly killing the skeletons that spawned by barely lighting up the area above and waiting as they fell down into my killing chamber, I spent the next couple of
How
hours
is he not
figuring out
dead?
how to safely set
I don't get it.
up a mob farm with the spawner, and unlike the last farm, this one is fast.
Yo, and guys, it's been like a year since you guys started counting my pauses. What is the reason that you're counting the amount of pauses I do? Yeah, YouTube and Twitch chat. You guys are both counting each time I pause. Why? You guys are wasting your life by doing that.
After only 10 minutes of grinding, I had enchanted my bow, which was the only thing I really wanted to enchant, and was ready to finally grind the last of my materials. A ton of wood for building blocks, I'll explain later, quartz for observers through the nether with a really lucky spawn and some careful mining, and finally, mining out 2 slime chunks next to each other for slimes to spawn in. Oh Goose, how do you know they were slime chunk base? I'm not stupid, it would take years to find a slime without it. I mean, slimes are gonna spawn here any second now. Any minute now.
So is that cheating? That time he actually used the seed to look up where the slime chunks were. Is it cheating? Low-key, every speedrunner says it's cheating. Like, you're not allowed to use that during speedrunning, but come on. Come on, guys. Cut him some slack. Like, I guess someone has to do it, like, fully without using the seed then.
Any hour now? Wait, can slime spawn?
But also, you can play Minecraft however you want. Like, a lot of people use it and they say it's not cheating. Or a lot of people don't use it at all. Like, the whole video is fully up to him. He can do whatever he wants, so. There's no like one set rule for what's cheating and what's not. Like Minecraft doesn't say that.
No, because that would be convenient, and heaven forbid a challenge runner ever has anything go their way. The mob cap makes it essentially impossible for slimes to spawn, so the challenge is over, right? No, because there is one other way to get slime balls, but you would have to get so incredibly lucky to get slime. Trial chambers. Slimes are one of the
Yeah, and you can go in creative and claim it's okay. So Saibao. Okay, gosh, my bad, bro. My bad. All right, fine. Yeah, I guess there should be some set rules, but they need to be set by him at the start. Then we can be like, oh, okay.
few mobs
Yeah, but then that would be boring if he had to explain all the rules right at the start.
that have their own dedicated spawner,
So,
created by the
I
spawning
don't
platform in the generation. This was my only chance to get slime, and so I pie charted for a chamber, widescreen looked around until I found one, and then dug towards it, fully expecting it to have no slime. Spoiler alert, I second tried the slime spawner. I have no idea how I got this lucky.
How
Maybe
is he
Minecraft
not
was just
dying?
making up for that one video, but all I needed to do was use my hopper method and kill one slime and I would be good. And after killing a slime and getting 4 slime balls, I left. Goose, you might be saying, don't
How
you
is
need
he
a
not
lot more than
dying?
4 to build a flying machine? Well, yeah, but here's my issue. It's kinda impossible to get. I mean, I already got absurdly lucky and I'm not pushing it. So I just happened to put my slime balls in an empty chest and then, oh no, my game crashed in a specific series of events. How horrible. So now I have a stack of slime.
Wait. Is he saying he duplicated the slime by his game crashing?
After seeing what I just had to go through, I think this is completely deserved.
Or is he saying he went in creative and just did some off camera slime ball spawning?
I just dug out 2 full slime chunks for nothing to happen. This is completely deserved. After a little bit more prep, I'm done. Everything
Okay.
is ready.
All right,
and
nah, whatever,
all that's left to do is
hey,
just
hey,
flip
this is still impressive. But I just don't know how he hasn't died yet.
that coin and see if all of this preparation was for nothing. So was the platform exposed? No, I was just messing with you. We live these barely. So once
What? No way. 50-50 chance he also had the right end island? No way.
I dig out this tunnel and create the flying machine, you're probably wondering what the exact plan is. Well, the flying machine moves so fast no fireball could hit it, so when I put a slime block on top and a boat in front, it becomes my ticket to the outer end islands. Once I get there, I have fully unrendered the dragon,
What the
meaning it can't attack me. This allows me to build up to about world height and start bridging across the entire end void back to the island. The reason I needed so many blocks, by the way, since it's going to be about 1,000 blocks away. Because I'm so high up, the dragon actually just doesn't see me. This allows me to go right over the dragon's head.
So you're telling me he planned all this before? How has he not died? Oh, I don't want to say it's fake in case it's not, because I feel bad to discredit this insane work, but holy, this seems impossible.
to the end fountain and place a single obsidian block with water.
Like he planned all of this and knew that all these problems could happen. Like he didn't take fall damage when going across the slime thing. And when crawling, like, bro, he didn't take damage. I don't even know.
Water on it. This completely breaks the dragon when it tries to perch and gets stuck in a specific spot. Then I back up and mine the blocks to that obsidian, shoot all the
BC with the raid,
crystals,
thank you,
and
bro.
just wait for the perch.
What? What? And he just did it.
Yo, don't die on the way down, bro.
I got that.
Bro, that'd be so funny.
And why is he risking that? Okay, it's gotta be fake. It's gotta be fake. It's got no. Wait, 3,000 score? Is that a lot of score? Is this the right amount of score he should have after playing this world for like days and hours?
Bro, that'd be so funny.
This is fake, right? This has to be fake. No way.
It's
So 3,000.
fine. No, that's still a win on my book.
What? That has to be fake. The score is so low. What's a normal score for like beating the Ender Dragon and farming all those mobs and all that stuff? I have no idea if that's fake or not. Wait, if he didn't die and he only has 13 XP, I thought he had a mob farm for so long. Maybe he used his XP on enchanting. I mean, hey, that score is high for all that. Okay, got it. So that means it's probably real. Dang, bro, this is insane. If this is 100% real, this is insane. I mean, he has. How do I know, bro? He should just post all his runs somewhere. Like put them all in a Google Drive or something just to guarantee that this is real. Because if it is, that'll make me definitely want to watch his videos in the future. Because then it's like, yeah, whenever this guy makes a video, it's just not fake at all. Everybody subscribe to the Fat Goose. I hope he actually posts proof that he did this. So that we can all call him the absolute GOAT of all time. W video though, super entertaining. I loved it. Everybody subscribe to the Fat Goose. I sent you guys the link in chat.